All right, the Carolina Prep Spring Football Tour continues. I got a conversation here with an old pal of mine, Coach Josh Brooks. Coach up there at Franklin High School. Good seeing you again.
Hey, appreciate you having me on, Chris.
Absolutely. I've been up there to your town several times over the years. Love it up there. It's just in a great part of the state. But I've got to say, and I think I heard this right, that you guys are no longer going to play a game on your the old pit, I guess as they call it, on the campus. Is that you played your last game there?
That is correct. I probably should have done this interview to where I could have showed you the current setup there. It's nothing but dirt. There's no stadium, no field house, no bleachers, no nothing.
Wow.
And so all that started. They hope to have the new stadium, new field, all completed by a year from now.
Okay.
And then all that'll lead into a brand new school, new gym, new everything. So really exciting for that. But we've lost our entire season. We lost our practice field, our weight room, as I said, our field house. So we're having to transition and do some things off campus. But um, like I said, you've got to be willing to go through some of this struggle to reap the rewards a little bit later.
Now, is the new school going to be on the same campus that you guys are on now?
So you've been to our school. So up above our stadium is where we practiced, and so they're lowering that down and using the dirt to push it back away from our practice field. So that pad will actually get bigger. That's where our new school will be. The stadium's going to move northeast just a little bit. The field will probably move about um, 120 feet um, northeast from where it currently sat when you took pictures. And for anybody that's seen that amazing
Sure.
stadium project that you've done over the years, it'll move a little bit from that existing spot. But if you came to Franklin to come to a game, you'll come to the same place.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. And I hate that I missed maybe coming to a game last year because I've been to a few up there, and that's just one of the neat places in the state. And I know whatever y'all replace it with would be good, but that had a neat little home field advantage, a little environment.
Well, it obviously has been really good to us over the years. Very blessed. We finished our last game at home was against actually ended up being against Pisgah. They beat us. We had a really awesome celebration, and the ball was flown in by the Mama helicopter from Mission Hospital, and a big celebration for former players and stuff. And so, yeah, it was a big night. The game didn't go the way we wanted it to, but we had a lot of special nights there, and you were there for a few of those. We had some big playoff wins and stuff, but now we're looking forward to creating some of that in a new place on a new field, and it'll be really nice.
Well, you started last season off hot, 6-0, I believe, and then you had a few of them close games. So that Pisgah game being one of them. I know you lost a heartbreaker to, I think, West Henderson, and then another, I think a 2-pointer to Statesville in the playoffs. And you probably didn't finish the season the way you wanted to, but I still think it was a solid season. How do you feel about the guys that are returning and what you got coming back this year?
Well, yeah, last year was very positive. It was a much improved from the year before, but we started 6-0 and we're playing well. And we knew the tougher part of the schedule was coming, and we hosted a West Henderson team that was very battle tested with games at Irwin and stuff like that. And we lost a heartbreaker. They kicked a field goal on the last play of the game, and then Pisgah beats us. They were very solid. We turned the ball over a few times, had some chances to make that a really close one. Smokey dominated us up front, and then we lost literally a crushing game at Statesville with a very legitimate chance to win that game at the end. So 6-4 was positive, but we weren't satisfied with that. Moving forward, we've got a lot of kids coming back. We'll return 7 starters on offense, and if you add Garrett Young, who finished starting that final game in the playoffs at tailback, Garrett's he's just a freshman, but he'll take over the tailback spot. That would actually be 8 guys We feel really good about that gang. And defensively, we returned 6 starters. We lost all of our starters on up front, all 4 starters D line wise, and we lost a corner. But we've had a really good freshman class, a really good sophomore class, got a really good junior class. We feel great about this upcoming year.
All right, all right. Well, hey, one last thing, and I know you're at school, and I appreciate your time today. The state association went from 4 classes to 8 classes in the realignment. How do you feel like that will help the teams, especially in your part of the state up there in the Western North Carolina region?
So, obviously, and I think me and you would fall into the old school guys. We're used to 4 classifications. Yeah. I understand change. I support the change if that's what they decide to go with. I think for us, and we're geographically, located, to say the least. It's tough for other teams to come here. If we could be successful and have teams to come here, no matter what the sport, I feel like we've got an advantage. I think the 8 classifications just draws it a little closer, which means there's not going to be as much discrepancy in enrollment as there are in 4 classifications. And for that, all you can ask for is an equitable chance. And I think that's going to give us that equitable chance in football as well as other sports. So for that, I'm thankful.
All right. Well, Coach Brooks, I appreciate your time this morning just to talk a little football, talk about your program, talk about your community. Again, I love it up that way. I am going to try to make a little rounds around the western part of the state, maybe here next month or maybe into June. Yep. But as soon as I get up that way, I'll let you know.
I appreciate it, Chris. And I've said it before, and I just appreciate what you do for sports in general in North Carolina, especially football. It's always been a pleasure to follow what you do on your end and how much you get done. So, and I appreciate you taking time to come to a place like Franklin.
Oh man, it's a great place.
Yes, sir.
I think a lot of other people in North Carolina ought to go check it out. I think you get a little weekend destination.
Absolutely. Hey, appreciate you having me on. I hope you have a great day.
All right, Coach. We appreciate you, and I'll catch up with you throughout the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.